And now they have to face Fnatic. Oh boy. Let's go to game number 1 here in this best of 5 series and see which battleground we're going to and whether or not Leftovers will be prepared to take them on. In terms of bans, Dragonshire will not be played, as well as Sky Temple, the first battleground that we will do battle on. It's going to be 2 Spider Queen.
So interestingly enough, we have now Dragonshire banned out again, and now we heard that Quacknix is back to the main shot calling role, so they're going back to banning out Dragonshire. That was their traditional ban because Quacknix doesn't really like shot calling on this match as much on this map as much as on others. Interestingly enough, Sky Temple is banned out against Fnatic. Leftovers took care of the map. I understand it from Leftovers' perspective. They're not really too strong on the map either. They have a 0 and 4, but so do they have the same track record on Volskaya. I could have seen them ban out Volskaya instead, because Fnatic isn't really too hot on Sky Temple these days either, looking at an 0-2 track record. What we're having now for Fnatic, the first pick is going to be Tomb of the Spider Queen, and that's where Leftovers have a 50% win ratio with a 2-2. Fnatic is looking a bit stronger here with 4 wins and 3 losses. So pretty even map overall, considering the big difference in the standings for the 2 teams. Leftovers at this point, as we heard from Link already earlier, is considering the Diablo ban, and they are actually banning him out for the reasons that Link pointed out. It's just so tricky to give the hero over to Breeze. And that's, for me, the impressive part. I talked about this the last time that Fnatic played, but if you look at the amount of games that Fnatic has with Diablo, it's tiny. They have only played 3 times with Diablo, all 3 of them victories, but the main reason why they play so few Diablo games is that Diablo is banned out a lot against Fnatic.
Impactful is basically what Breeze is on that. Whenever you see him pick it up, you realize, okay, we've made a mistake. This was a grave mistake, and going into the next couple games, you ban him out. And if he ever gets him in the scrims too, the Diablo is just such a powerful. The green Diablo is what Breeze pulls off, and he is one that is feared by many.
Green Diablo skin. There's nothing else.
The toxic Diablo.
Never ever doubt that. Toxic Diablo is the only skin apparently. Breeze is very, very passionate about that.
Well, Malf opened up here for Fnatic. They're going to move into support. I was hoping to maybe see a little bit more Stukov from Smexy this weekend. He was destroying on the character last week. Leftovers is back with Hanzo themselves, and then Garrosh comes out to play again.
Smexy on Stukov is just stupid. It's just absolutely stupid how strong that guy is on the hero. Just to give you the stats again, he's currently sitting at an 8-2 track record. He's by far the best Stukov player in the league. And they had some of the losses were really just like clutch turnarounds towards the end. I think last week it was still sitting at an 8-0. So Smexy on that hero just excels. But also Malfurion. I mean, Malfurion is a great hero for them too. For now, though, we have Leftovers starting things off with Hanzo and Garrosh. Definitely a strong pairing for them. Could have seen them head into a Garrosh and Stukov opening, which we have seen several times. Especially Zealots, for example, love to start up with that. But Hanzo, of course, excels with the mercenary control, has an added wave clear, can go for the boss. And we are getting to see a lot more Maiev recently now in HGC Europe. She's really starting to pop up everywhere.
It seems to be a pickup for our top teams. Fnatic now showing it off. We had Dignitas picking up a lot, and Team Liquid playing a lot of Maiev, which again, Team Liquid is starting to fight for those top 3 spots. Maiev, huge.
And just to give you a bit of an idea, as we said before, in the previous series we've seen Maiev 3 times, and it was actually Dignitas who opened up with 2 Maiev games. And up to that point, Dignitas had only 1 single game on Maiev throughout the entire 2018, ever since she got released. So they're really trying to emulate a bit more of the Korean meta here. And Fnatic finds themselves in a very similar spot because Fnatic hasn't played with Maiev yet. They played with her at the Western Clash, but if you look at League play, this is the first time that Fnatic actually plays Maiev.
And Thrall, Stukov to come out for Leftovers. Thrall getting a little bit of play here. We didn't see him too much in our last series, but we did see him a lot yesterday. Thrall's poke is exceptional at burning your opponent down and being annoying. And the great thing about Thrall too is if he ever comes in with the flanks for those earthquakes, you usually are able to win those team fights, especially with the Garrosh that keep people locked in place. You give them that ability to go in for that engage, and that's where Garrosh excels.
We could also have seen, instead of a Tacita ban, a Stukov ban from Fnatic, but they were more worried about the double support setup. And traditionally, if you ban out any double, like if Malfurion and Stukov are taken away, normally what we see on the side of Leftovers is them jumping into Rhaegar. That's their go-to. We have seen different variations from them, but Rhaegar is definitely the go-to healer for them if they can't access Malfurion or Stukov. So right now, Fnatic, they still kind of need a frontliner, of course, but also the question still remains what's going to be their offlaner, since it's very likely that we're going to see Mane on Maiev. And we have Blaze and Muradin taken. Good setup for them, very hit point heavy at that front line.
Yeah, and they can engage like crazy. between Maiev, Muradin, and Blaze. Usually they can find the fights they want. They can force those fights too. Leftovers have to make sure that they don't panic too much and are able to deal with the pressure that are coming their way. Stukov not having a cleanse will make that a little bit more difficult for them to handle it, so positioning is more important. We'll watch as that unfolds here. Now looking over to Leftovers. Looking for a little bit more tankiness, a little bit of damage as well, but what options are available to them? Are they going to have to move into a percent damage character here? Malthael, Tychus, kind of stepping out to me.
I would say, like, if anything, if they go into percent damage, it's not going to be Malthael. That would be way too frontline heavy. I think getting into another range damage dealer is the way to go here.
Chromie.
Could have seen Tychus, but yeah, Chromie for the poke, also worth it. It's going to be a bit rough against Maiev though, once that we have that engaged, especially with Muradin jumping in too. So there's a lot that can jump that backline and survive once they reach it.
I mean, I guess there's always a Garrosh throw, so Muradin can be burned down, but can be burned down fast enough. Thrall with Alpha Wolf at 16. I'm just a little bit worried that this front line on the opposing side is a little bit too robust. We'll see if they're able to pull that off. A poke is going to be nice for them between Hanzo and Chromie.
I mean, again, this is going to be a super important match for Fnatic, so they need to make sure that they are going into this disciplined, concentrated, and really focused on victory, on their win conditions, and how their combos are getting executed. If they start to make small mistakes here, that can really come to backfire fast. This is the easiest way for them to qualify for the mid-season brawl. If they mess up today and they have to win the match against Team Liquid next week, that's going to be a lot more difficult because Team Liquid is currently on a roll.
Well, they've at least came out to game number 1 with the hammers to swing in. They are wanting to force these fights. It seems that Fnatic is looking pretty confident going into this. They have their way clear available between the Maiev and Junkrat, and they have the engage down. Just a matter of whether or not they can find those targets. One of the good things about Leftovers is their early game has been really strong. They've been finding their own pickups, and they've been also matching their opponents really well into macro. So Fnatic have to find a way to break that, or wait till post 10, where we usually see Leftovers start to fall apart. And
especially Fnatic has to be careful around Link's play with Stukov, because once those silences come into play when they are starting to go in deep, that leaves the Maiev oftentimes very vulnerable on open. So they need to make sure that they are playing very well around that. But opening the series up with a victory would be great for Fnatic. So we're going to jump into the game to try and find out if they can pull it off, or if Leftovers are causing an upset today.
On the left side, in the blue, it will be the Leftovers. Boss playing Thrall, Lobber on Garrosh, Linked on Stukov, DAB playing Hanzo, and Black Kidney showing off the Chromie.
Team Liquid sprays for them, cheering here for the team that has the most to gain from a Leftover victory. To the right side of the map, we have Fnatic with Quatnix on Junkrat, with Bad Benny on Blaze, main on Maiev, Maximal Furion, and Breeze on Muradin.
That's right. If you are a Team Liquid fan today, you are cheering for the Leftovers. You are hoping for them to get a victory, even take it to a 5th game.
I actually enjoy this quite a lot. They don't have their own spray yet, so in this case, Team Liquid, of course, has been trying to prep them a little bit for the match and has been trying to help them out here, and they are the ones cheering for it. We had a lot of conversations earlier today and yesterday on Twitter where the teams were talking, and at this point, Leftovers are just saying, yes, for us, it might not matter, but we still want to make sure that this is a real competition and we're going to fight for Team Liquid here. So that competitive spirit that we're seeing here coming through just by such a small gesture is already super awesome.
Leftovers already winning the wave clear races. They get top and middle pushing in. However, with Fnatic having their Muradin, they have to be a bit careful. Playing safe here on the rotations, as Breeze is doing a really good job controlling that bottom point, especially with traps there to connect.
Muradin is actually a really good point as well. We've been talking a lot about the dominance that Breeze oftentimes exudes when he plays ETC or when he plays Diablo. But Muradin has so far been a very unsuccessful hero for Fnatic in 2018. They played with Diablo 4 times, that's roughly 10% of the games they played, and they lost 3 out of those 4 games. So really interesting to see that they are seemingly having trouble just connecting with Muradin compositions. And I mean, the idea, of course, here is once more to lead with Muradin's heavy hit point pool in the charge into the backline, trying to lock that Stormbolt in, and then making sure that the follow-up CC through Malfurion is there, or maybe the tether from Maiev. So it's going to be interesting to see if this time Muradin turns out to be the frontliner they really need here.
Yeah, Muradin's going to be trying to be a fullback, right? Trying to open it up for Maiev so she can get in there and force those fights the way that she wants to. Boss dealing with his bottom lane, working on that Echo of the Elements, that level 1 pickup that we're seeing for a lot of Thrall players, and he should be able to do just fine once he finishes that. Constant poke here in the middle between the two, but Leftovers seem to be getting a decent hand on it. Only 3 stacks, though, coming in from Chromie. a little bit low, as Fnatic's been doing their best to spread out and make sure that she doesn't ramp up.
And Meno, of course, on Maiev is currently also seeing if he can maybe start to jump someone at the side here. And that's going to be a huge part of Fnatic's game plan, to make sure that Mene has a really good shot. We heard about how much Linked and Leftovers in general just respect him from a mechanical point of view. But so far, he could only threaten the opponent's side. DAB also moving out here. He's, of course, currently the star damage player on the side of Leftovers. One of the reasons why especially Tracer is oftentimes banned out against them.
Mene taking a lot of poke there, actually, going down to less than half health. DAB and Blakitny doing a good job of working on that Bronze Talons. And now the wave clear gets a little bit better for Hanzo. The explosive arrow comes on at level 4, and Breeze is tired of it. He goes in for an engage, drops the Stormbolt, gets a big hammer drop. They have a 3-man tether. No one's fallen yet, but finally Mene finds a kill, and a turret with the help of Breeze finishes off the second one. Hanzo and Chromie are down.
Great double kill here, and once again the timing of Breeze was absolutely fantastic. As Chromie's animation for the shot starts to wind up, that's the moment when he jumps in and connects the Stormbolt. So no time to actually react for Chromie here. A secured Stormbolt, then it got a little bit chaotic for just a moment as everybody started to jump in to try and confirm and save heroes. But that is the double kill opening for Fnatic, and they're trying to make it a triple. Nice move by Junkrat here, the displacement coming through, and then we have Garrosh falling. Very well done by Fnatic, eliminating a lot of the gems on the side of the Leftovers from the equation as they're now starting to take control of the match.
Yeah, I feel like Garrosh didn't really have anything he could do there after getting picked off. Murd and Body Block forced him to do the toss, and oh my gosh, Fnatic is on a rampage. 4 kills in the last minute.
That's exactly what we need to see from them, stacking those CCs and really going for kills. And I'm really happy to see exactly what we are currently observing here, because the last time that Fnatic played on this map, it was actually a very, very disappointing performance against Zealots, where they had a draft that didn't offer a lot of synergy, and that made them seem very disjointed. So now seeing them coordinated like this, that's already a very different from Fnatic from what we've seen last time they played on Tomb of the Spider Queen.
And with the Web Weaver push, they were hoping to interrupt their opponents that were grabbing the Night Camp. Leftovers also are in a good spot to set up defense, but this allows Fnatic to get all of the lane pushing forward and get straight on those turrets, which should get them that experience. Now Leftovers finish the Night Camp. This will come out, defend the middle lane, while we have Chromie sieging away with that Dragon's Breath.
Yeah, Breeze jumping out here. It's of course a bit unfortunate for Lauber that he's going up against Murden at the front line with Garrosh when he gets the throw in, and Breeze didn't just waste his cooldown. He should always be able to move back out again unless Stukov is there for the silence, and that wasn't the case here. Once again, Blakitny is the target. It's attempting to move in, Mene with the tether, but they're trying to go for Lauber next. Indomitable, on the other hand, on level 4, allows the frontliner for the Leftovers to move away.
Fnatic has opened the stop wall though. Breeze jumping in once again, looking at both DAB and Blakitny. They're going to play nice defense as Lauber comes over and gets the toss. Gonna have that jump pretty soon here, but Breeze should be able to buy some time. DAB gets tethered by Mene, and that's going to be another kill, and it looks like the fort's going to go down. Yeah,
heavy dive underneath the fort here to confirm the kill, and once again, as the wind-up starts, the timing of Breeze is just absolutely insane. Just keep an eye on him whenever he engages onto Chromie. This is now the 4th time in a row that he abuses the animation of Chromie and makes sure that he connects with his CC, and Mene is always there for the follow-up.
And while the action's been here in the top lane with the rest of Fnatic, Bad Bunny's done a great job. In the bottom lane, he's able to clear up that fort by taking that mini wave and pushing forward, and he's also double soaking, which has given his team at level 10. Fnatic on their first turn in of the game and with multiple kills has level 10 and are looking for more. They're moving towards the keep wall and trying to get a lobber.
Breeze jumping out, but once again, Chromie! Oh my god, Quacknix with a move, and now we have Stukov also taken down. A quick double kill as Fnatic takes a 3-level lead, 8 kills against 0. They eliminate the gems, and they're just all over the map right now, trying to work on a second turn, and they're only 6 gems short of making that reality. Boss moving away after turning in. Leftovers still close to getting a turn in themselves, but they cannot move towards the middle of the map since they do not have their level 10.
And the Warden's Cage and the Riptire combo securing 2 takedowns there. Immediate turn in afterwards. They have 20 gems to do so. That's going to be the second Web Weaver turn in. I can't believe they've already broken a keep wall. Should be able to get this mid-4. There's still a full level and a quarter before Leftovers even have heroics to contest.
Yeah, Fnatic just have to make sure that they are now keeping it up. They need to focus. If you're this far ahead, every single kill that your opponent lands against you gives them, of course, a huge chunk of experience. So you want to make sure that you're playing it safe. You want to make sure that you just push when you're exactly in the know of how far you can go. Don't overextend. Play aggressive, but don't YOLO too hard. Here comes the push through the mid lane, and already Fnatic with their level 10 abilities and the 3-level leader looking for additional kills. They're going to try and find them here. Down to the bot lane, we still see Blaze pushing. 2 forts are already down. Blaze with the rotation starting to come in from behind here, running into Pody Boss, as we can see. DAB also still anchoring it, but they have to be playing cautious. Leftover still waiting for the heroic abilities.
Stormbolt comes out, misses DAB sidesteps. Bad Betty goes over the jet propulsion. DAB is able to jump away, but the Riptire does damage to 3 targets, and that's going to force Leftovers to back up behind the safety of their keep turrets. So that 4 goes down, and look at this bottom lane. Already prepped by Bad Benny, and Fnatic is able to follow it up.
Siege Giants, the Web Weavers, this wall is definitely gone. The question is, how much damage can Fnatic do here? The Web Weavers at the top wave are still pushing, and the one in the mid lane has already eliminated the fort, so now level 13 talents are going to be closing in for Fnatic. Another big advantage for them. They have a double talent lead now over Leftovers, since the blue team still don't have their heroics, and here comes the engage, going for Blakitney again, and he goes down. This is Chromie falling once more. Great jet propulsion follow-up by Blaze, as we are seeing the first keep about to be eliminated, and the second one up at the top is under pressure.
Fnatic just making it look easy here. 9 kills to 0, have a 10th available if they can force this fight here on the side. At 8 minutes into the game, 1 keep falls, not just 1 though, look to the top. The second keep also falls thanks to the Web Weaver. Leftovers are going to attempt to force a fight. They have to. They pop the Dragon's Arrow, it hits 3 people, but they have no follow-up.
At this point, Fnatic is just saying, we do not want to have to win against Team Liquid to qualify for the mid-season brawl. We are going to take this opportunity, this chance right now, right here today, to make sure that we are going to the offline event. We don't want to find ourselves in the players at the end of the day.
With the Dragon's Arrow being used too, Fnatic makes a call to move in for the boss, and rightfully so. Leftovers don't have any major engage. If they have anything, it's Thrall's Earthquake, but Thrall has to walk up, drop their Earthquake, and put himself in a spot where a bunker can just be dropped, and even the Warden's Cage.
No, again, Leftovers in this series, they don't need to win the series. 2 maps are all they need to enable Team Liquid to have a chance to go to the mid-season brawl directly. So even though Fnatic is dominant on Tomb of the Spider Queen, using, of course, the momentum that you can build up here, the snowball potential, there is still a chance for Leftovers to take these map wins against this strong team. So even if Fnatic dominates here, this isn't over yet, but that game itself, this is where Leftovers are trying to maybe make a stand here, and they get their kill against Malfurion, and they take him down. Smexy is dead, and Breeze is low.
Breeze is low. We're going to get some help there, but the silence comes at the last second, so he doesn't get his trade proc, so there you go. Leftovers finding a way to get a couple of kills. There is a boss in their core, but it's only a 9-minute boss. They should be able to clear this up pretty effectively, and with the mid wave and the bottom wave pushing in, they can catch up on experience and at least get level 13.
Yeah, in the meantime, of course, Fnatic is trying to make sure those Web Weavers don't do too much damage. Since with all the structures that Fnatic still has on the map, if Leftovers start to take them down, it would mean that they catch up in experience quickly. Now, the core on the Leftovers side has lost a few points, down to 84 thanks to the boss. The defense on Fnatic's side was also strong, but those 2 kills against Fnatic was still a big plus for Leftovers. And they're at least going to be on level 13 for a few seconds, so they can maybe force a fight on even talent tiers.
There it is. 3/4 of level 4 Fnatic hits that 16. Leftovers get aggressive on the map. Chromie on the side here, looking to drop down that slowing sands and also drop down those combos as the AB steps forward. Lover sharking around, trying to see if anyone maybe flanking in that he can grab, but can't get the opportunity as Mana and crew are just a little bit too elusive.
Now, talking about Chromie, Blakitney has been under a lot of pressure, and unfortunately that also reflects in his stacking process. He's only at 17 stacks for Chromie, and Blakitney has died 5 times in this game. He is a priority target for Fnatic. This time a good save though by Link as they are engaging in again. Mana is getting pushed back here. Benny starts to move in. Breeze is already on Blakitney, but Lauber throws Chromie into the backline. Once again, another Stormbolt connects, this time against Link, and there's the kill as we see Mana going deep and Smexy confirming it.
The Riptire hitting 3. Blakitney on back left gets stuck here by the oil. Breeze has a jump. Can he land the Stormbolt? He does. He connects it. Can he also slow him down too? Lauber tosses away Breeze. DAB is on the side, maybe trying to find an arrow that can hit on someone, but he's not going to get a kill or 2. Fnatic still 3 levels ahead, and now they're starting to collect gems, sitting at 36 out of the 60 they need, and full map control with catapults pushing in top and bottom lane.
It's just absolutely insane how Breeze shuts down Chromie. It's not only the fact that we have seen this many kills against Chromie, but with him every single time jumping in when the animation winds up, he also interrupts the Sandblast. It's one of the reasons why we have so few stacks on Chromie. Another kill as Hanzo dies, and he's not the only one. Again, Chromie falls. This time we have 12 kills against 2 in favor of Fnatic, and they have their level 16 talent, of course, by now. 2.5 level lead with 2 keeps gone. The big question is still, what does Fnatic do next? There's no boss on the map. They don't have the gem count. They just took the camp in the mid lane. Now Blaze is moving down to the bottom and trying to take a second one, and Fnatic is just trying to go at least through the keep wall to capitalize on the 2 kills that they just got.
Yeah, it's one of those issues of being so far ahead that you don't have much to do. All they can grab is the mercenary camps to get Giants pushing in the bottom lane, and then keep the map at least painted red, and that's what they keep popping out. As they have another 15 gems they need to collect before they have that turn, so they can go for that kill move. Leftovers should be able to take this chance soon to try and force a fight, or at least get level 16. Bodyboss is attempting to clear out the Spellwar camp, but it's actually being a bit of a nuisance.
And there it is again. DAB is in trouble. They're trying to get the stun combo out, but it's not enough. Down goes Hanzo. Fnatic is going in. They're going deep. They're trying to go for Garrosh. Mena comes in and looks for the tether. Doesn't get it, but it's Chromie falling again. 7 kills now against Blake Kidney as we see Fnatic moving through the keep in the mid lane. Straight for the core here. Trying to end this first map. Absolutely dominant play by Fnatic.
Fnatic knew what they had to do today to get their chance to go to the mid-season brawl, and they are just shutting down Leftovers. Another kill comes out. Lobber attempting to toss out someone and try to get him underneath the keep. It doesn't matter, even with the sounds. Fnatic just turns around to the core, focuses it down, and they are going to get the first victory in this best-of-5 series against Leftovers.
Brutal performance by Fnatic. Showing absolutely zero mercy here in game number 1 and taking a quick win against their opponent. 1-0 lead for Fnatic. Well done and a great start for them into the series.
Yeah, Fnatic completely destroying in that first map. Going into game number 2, Leftovers going to have to try and reevaluate, make sure they're set up for the battleground, because this was obviously not the answer for them.
And again, this comes as a pretty pleasant surprise to all Fnatic fans, especially from the background that against Zealots, the last map of the series was also Tomb of the Spider Queen, and Fnatic played a very poor game on this map. They had a very awkward draft that didn't allow for any good combinations, any good synergy. This time, very, very different and great kill combinations between Smectil Malfurion with the root, Mena with the tether, and Breeze with the Stormbolt. They had a lot of lockdown, and they used it mercilessly against Hanzo and against Chromie in that backline.
Give me more mana on my Ev, man. He's able to follow up. He got many tethers, able to go there with Murden as well and force down the targets. Chromie had a really rough game here, a total of 7 deaths, and I just felt like even with her trying to stay as far away as possible with dropping down that Sandblast into a Dragon's Breath, she just felt like she was always pickable, and it was a really hard game for her.
Oh yeah, definitely. Blake Kidney just had no chance to stay alive here. Especially, again, these timings.